Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a weather briefing as to what's going to be happening as far as severe weather coming up on Friday. That seems to be the big story for the North Iowa area. That's what they've been discussing. Obviously, with severe weather, the potential for that coming up on Friday. Thanks for watching here this morning. We're going to kind of get you an idea as to what is going to be taking place across our area coming up this Friday afternoon into the evening hours. So it looks like things could get kind of concerning. Just wanted to jump on here this morning, kind of give you a quick brief update as to what they're expecting coming up during the day Friday. Severe thunderstorms are possible Friday afternoon and evening. Damaging winds are the primary concern, with lesser potential for tornadoes, I should say, and large hail for the state of Iowa. Storm timing is from 4 to 10 p.m., and storms will be moving quickly at about 50 to 60 miles per hour. Strong winds, even outside of the thunderstorms, Friday afternoon and evening as well. There'll be a south-southeast wind that may gust over 45 miles per hour over southern and eastern Iowa with near critical fire weather conditions, although not as strong, and brisk winds will take place, excuse me, on Saturday as well. So 4 to 10 p.m. coming up on Friday seems to be the time frame. Damaging winds seem to be the main threat when it comes to severe weather. Storm motion will be from the southwest to the northeast. So if the skies start to look threatening to the southwest, that means thunderstorms are approaching, and you should probably seek safe shelter. So 4 to 10 p.m. is kind of the time frame over the area. Obviously, the Storm Prediction Center has got an enhanced risk over portions of southeastern Iowa, which include Waterloo, Marshalltown, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, and the Des Moines area, as well as Ames. So that's a 3 out of 5. For the rest of the northern Iowa area, it's a 2 out of 5, which is a slight risk. And we'll break down kind of what those risks mean coming up here in just a moment. But yeah, we've got slight risk for northern Iowa and then a marginal risk as you head further west. And we'll kind of get into that. But yeah, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, central Illinois seems to be the area that's going to get the most significant weather. But anyway, here's the map of the potential. Damaging winds seems to be the greatest threat, between 60 and 80 mile per hour wind gusts possible. Highly likely, obviously, in the Marshalltown, Iowa City, and even a greater chance of that happening as you see the pink areas in the southeastern portion of the state. Here's the tornado threat: 2 to 4% over northern Iowa. That increases to 5 to 9% over the southeastern corner. And then you get even farther, like south of Davenport into like Galesburg, Illinois, and you've got 10 to 14%. There will be higher probabilities and better for potential significant tornadoes. EF2 will be far southeast, so down over this area. A brief window of tornadic potential that will exist with the passage. Excuse me, I'm just getting over the flu that I had last week after the snowstorm, as a matter of fact. But yeah, there is a brief tornado window that is going to be possible over the southeastern corner of the state of Iowa. Strong winds, too. Gusts could reach 50 miles per hour during the day, Friday afternoon, mainly later in the day into the evening hours. So that kind of gives you a time frame of that near critical fire weather conditions. I think that's more of a concern over areas that did not receive a lot of snowfall. I know that here we received 9 inches of snow, so the ground is still rather wet, so the fire potential is not as great. But if you get into areas where it's been relatively dry, you've got dry vegetation, you get the warmer weather and the high winds, and you've got the potential for some fire weather possible. So this is kind of the table that they use when it comes to the thunderstorm categories. You hear all these different, oh, well, there's a slight risk of severe weather, or there's a marginal risk, or an enhanced risk, moderate risk, high risk. High risk doesn't happen very often. I think I've seen a high risk twice in probably the last 5 or 6 years. It doesn't occur very often, but this kind of gives you an idea. Most of northern Iowa is in the slight risk category, which is scattered severe thunderstorms possible, short lived, and are not widespread intense storms possible. You get into the enhanced risk, numerous severe thunderstorms possible with more persistent and widespread, a few intense. You get into the moderate risk, widespread severe thunderstorms likely, long lived and widespread, intense. Um, Back in December of 2021, when we had that high wind issue, most of the state was under a moderate risk at that point. So that kind of gives you an idea of the magnitude or what kind of weather that you're going to expect. And of course, the high risk is tornado outbreak derecho likely with that particular high risk level, which doesn't happen very often. So let's kind of get into the time frame as to when I think thunderstorms are going to be moving in. You kind of get into the afternoon hours. You start to get after 4 o'clock. You've got thunderstorm activity to our southwest, as it said in the statement. Thunderstorms moving from the southwest to the northeast. That's 5 o'clock. Still, you don't have thunderstorms. You got them just approaching. But I think for us in northern Iowa, between 6 and 8 p.m. is when the bulk of the activity will be taking place. As you can kind of see the thunderstorms developing. That's 5 o'clock, 6, 7. It's already moved through. You kind of got this area, and then it's going to be relatively quiet at that point, obviously, with some high wind gusts still a potential for our area. But yeah, I see reaching the Mason City area by 7 o'clock tomorrow night, to the southwest of the Mason City area by 6. But 5 o'clock, after 5 o'clock, is pretty much the time frame that we're going to see some severe weather across our area. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, things are going to change as time transpires. Monitor the latest forecast. We'll jump on with another weather briefing when weather conditions become a little bit more clear during the day tomorrow. We'll keep you informed, of course. Obviously, there's ways that you can support the Weather Iowa. You can follow us on all these different social media platforms, Instagram, and if you feel the kindness in your heart to tip us or make a donation to support Weather Iowa, you can do so there on the screen. Thanks everybody for watching today. Stay safe, and we'll keep you informed on the severe weather potential across our area.